Hey everyone, this marks video number 7. So today I want to do something a little bit more in depth, but I want to promise you that as long as you stick around for the video, I'm going to be talking about something that you can start applying tonight. As soon as this video is over, you can start applying what I'm about to share with you, and you can start seeing results not only in yourself, but in those around you. And I actually have kind of a funny story that I do want to share with you, something that happened between my wife and I, and now she may or may not want me to tell you this, and but I kind of feel like it's pretty funny, and for this video purpose, I really do want to share this. So I want to say about a year ago, I started talking to her about conditioning the mind, conditioning the body, getting into that peak state, how to stay there, and things that kind of revolve around controlling your focus. We've been talking about that a lot, and so this definitely applies. And I would share with her day and day, and after a while, she just started feeling like, you know what, it's enough. I'd love to hear what you have to say, hon, but I'm just kind of done hearing it. It's the same thing over and over. And so, I was a little bothered. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bothered, a little resentful. So I decided to play a little trick. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard about Pavlov dog's story about this scientist who wanted to practice conditioning. And so what he would do is he would feed his dogs, and as he would feed these dogs, he would ring a bell. And every time they would eat, they would hear this bell. Well, after so many times of doing that, he could ring the bell, and the dogs would come over and start to eat. And that's just a condition that when the bell went off, the dogs came over, like, all right, it's feeding time. Well, definitely nothing like that. I didn't do anything like that to my wife. I wouldn't find that funny at all, and I wouldn't even do that to her. But what I did do, this is really funny. What I did do was I would wait until we would be in a really good mood, and we would kind of be sharing a moment of just like joy and happiness, and just kind of like be in this little like love moment together, like, oh, I love you, sweetie. And instead of saying I love you, I would reach out and I would touch her forehead, and I would say, I love you. And I did this for probably like 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. And it's so funny because we were pulling up to Starbucks one morning, and we just kind of shared this look, and we didn't say anything. You know, we've been together 12 years, and so sometimes you've been with somebody long enough that you can share a look and know exactly what they're thinking. And so we shared this look, and I reached out, and I touched her forehead. I didn't say a word. And what came back to me was I immediately started laughing. All of a sudden I hear, I love you too. And I do a cock my head sideways, like the confused dog, like, what? And she immediately we both just start laughing so hard to the point that when we pull up to Starbucks, the lady kind of gives us that same cockeyed look, like, whoa, what is going on in there? And we just kind of had this moment of this funny thing that had happened about, she was just like, I love you too. I didn't even say anything. I didn't say I love you. All I did was I reached out, touched her forehead, and was like, I love you. Or that's what I had been doing. I reached out, I touched her forehead. I didn't say anything, and she immediately responded with, I love you too, hon. Or I love you too, whatever, however she responded. But it was, I love you too. And so just in 3 weeks that had happened, and at that moment she was like, okay, I get it. And so I want to share with you kind of how that happens and the things that you can do. I talked the other day about putting yourself in state, and how that when you come home and you're feeling tired and you're kind of down and just a little like sluggish, and your shoulders are rolled forward, your head's kind of down, like, I don't know, I'm tired, I don't feel good in your shoulders, but how you can change your physiology by moving. We talked about putting on some music and dancing and just kind of start doing things. Well, I have this thing that I do that when I'm kind of feeling down and I need to like show up in a peak state, I need to be ready to go. Like if I wake up and I drag my butt out of bed and I'm tired and I got to go coach a fitness class, And as I'm coaching this CrossFit class, I gotta show up. Like, I need to be there. I need to have everything ready to go because my mood is gonna set the tempo for this gym. The people that come in, they come to us like, I don't need to hear about my problems right now. I need to come in, I need to kick butt, have a great workout, and I want to feel good. And I'm going to do everything in my power to provide that to them. So I need to make sure that when I show up, I'm 100% ready to go. And I can do something like, it's my time. It's my time to coach right now. I have this move where I can hit my chest, or I can clap my hands, or I can just give it a yeah, and I can put myself in this state because I had conditioned it that when I make these physiological changes to my body, I'm like, whoa, I do feel pumped up right now. Not just like, I'm pumped up. It's like, holy, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to coach a class. I'm ready to take on the world. Anything that comes my way, I'm ready to do this. And so I want to share with you how we're going to do that. A couple things that we need to know. We need to understand that to set a condition, the best way to do it is to be at already a high level of energy. So maybe if you're out taking a walk, if you're exercising, something where your body's moving and you're feeling good, that's when you really want to set these anchors. They're called anchors. Like, I clap my hands, I hit my chest, I give it a yeah, or whatever it is that I do. Those are anchor moves. I can touch my shoulder, snap my fingers, and I'm ready to go. Those are some of my anchors for different things. I've conditioned different stuff to where that maybe I need to be in a certain state going into a CrossFit gym to coach, but maybe at the same time when I'm walking into a class and I got to give a presentation for speech, I need a different anchor. I need to be feeling authoritative a little bit and not controlling in a negative way, but I need to control the classroom so that when I'm speaking, people are really listening to me and they're really like taking in the stories that I'm sharing. Because I don't want to get up there and I'm like, oh, today I'm going to talk about whatever it is that my speech is about. I need to be like, today I'm going to share with you these things so that you can, however that speech would go. So setting an anchor is going to be something you want to do at a peak state. When you're exercising, you could something kind of unique that you don't do in your everyday. That way when you go back and you do this anchor, if it's clap 3 times and now you're feeling good, or it's a snap with a finger, or like a double snap, or like whatever it may be, you need to set those anchors when you're feeling good, and not just feeling good and feeling excited, but when you are doing this, I want you to think about a time when you felt so excited, when you were so happy and so proud. Maybe it was the birth of a child, maybe it was graduating from school or a class, or maybe it was setting a record in the gym and you're just so pumped up. That's the time that you want to think about. And that way you can get your mind going like, yeah, I remember that. That was really good. And you set those anchors. And that way, when you come to do a YouTube video, if you ever decide to do that, you can make your move, as I would call it, like a clap, a yes, a snap, and you're ready to go. You're ready. You're feeling strong, and you're feeling confident. You don't get on here like, today I need to talk about conditioning. And while I'm going to talk about conditioning, I'm going to set my anchors. You don't do that. No. Here, snap your fingers. Here, clap your hands. However you need to do that, get yourself in state. And that is going, by doing that over and over and over, you're conditioning yourself that when you make that move, when you do whatever you need to do, you're pumped up and you're ready to go. You're ready to rock. And a way to kind of, not, I don't want to say prank somebody, I don't want to say like mess with someone, but just for the sake of like, maybe you don't believe this and maybe you don't agree with this, try something like I did with my wife, where I reached out and I would touch her forehead when we were sharing a moment, and I would say, I love you, honey. Maybe you're not married, maybe you're not, maybe you're single, whatever it is, that's fine. You can go to a friend and maybe you say, hey man, can I get a glass of water? But before you ask, you go, hey buddy, can I get a glass of water? Yeah, thank you. And you do that over and over and over, and all of a sudden you're going to go there one day to your friend's house and you're going to go, hey, can I get a glass of water? Or you're going to clap and you're not going to say anything. And he's going to say, oh, yeah, I'll totally get you that glass of water. Awesome. And you're like, I didn't ask for a glass of water. And you can just kind of giggle to yourself because maybe they haven't seen this video and they don't know what conditioning is. So that's conditioning, folks. It's really that simple. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave me a comment, and I will be more than happy to answer these questions. But just to remember, to kind of recap, we're going to put ourselves, we want to get ourselves into a high state where we're feeling good, excited about something. We can think about things in our life that have made us proud, that have made us feel loving. Maybe it was a time when you were contributing something, you just felt really good. You want to anchor those feelings in, and then you want to make that move to where that when you have that anchor set, it's gonna produce that feeling. So maybe at the time you felt so confident that you gave a business presentation and you knew you kicked butt, and you can think about that, and as you're thinking about that, maybe you're walking in the morning, and now you're oh man, now you feel so confident. So whatever it is for you, I want you to kind of take the time, make sure you're thinking about the things. I want you to really go deep and look back in your life and feel proud. Feel like grateful for the things that you've been able to have. Even if you don't have that much, I'm sure that you have something to be grateful for. And if you're saying, no, I don't, well, if there was something that you could be grateful for, what would it be? If it was something that you could be proud about, what would it be? If you did have something to feel confident about, what was that moment where you felt confident? I'm sure there's been a moment in everybody's life where they've had some kind of good feeling. And you just need to anchor those in, think about those, make those movements, and then that's conditioning over and over and over. Okay? So that's it for tonight. Video number 7. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to leave me comments at the blog, and I would love to share more with you, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.